My name is Rob Brown and I'm PR Director at McCann Erickson Communications House. My name is actually relevant and I'll explain why in a minute. What I want to talk to you about is the role of PR in the current digital revolution. It's the emergence of what many people are describing as Web 2.0, where increasingly users are generating content rather than brands or organisations. That means you and me, that means everybody else. And it means that communications is in the hands of the many rather than the few. And this is going to have an enormous effect on society and how we gather information. I mentioned why my name was important. Take a quick look at this. I'll read it to you. When pregnant, she ran every baby name considered through Google to make sure her baby wouldn't be born unsearchable. And it's a quote from the Wall Street Journal on May the 8th of this year. And it's a woman who wanted her baby to have a uniquely identifiable name that could be searched in the future. My name, Rob Brown, is totally unsearchable. There's a hip-hop DJ with that name, there's an American actor with that name. And even if you search Rob Brown, McCann Erickson, you still run the risk of getting one of the three people called Rob Brown who we employ. So that shows how important it is in the future for brands, people, services to be uniquely identifiable. And in fact, I'll give you an example as to why that was particularly relevant. And this is an email that I received on the way here. And it's from Amanda, who's the editor of the CIPR's Profile magazine. I'm writing in regard to the current issue of the magazine, which should arrive by mail this week. The cover story interviews with Phil Brown, MCIPR of Advantage West Midlands. But I've made a very silly error and identified the member as Rob Brown. Unfortunately, we're unable to change this title as the magazine has already gone to print. I apologise profusely for the inconvenience. And she goes on. It just goes to show that having things that are uniquely searchable and are uniquely identifiable is very important, even if that example's maybe a little trivial. PR 2.0, as many people are calling it, is the whole business of using the skills that we've learnt in the offline world, in the online world. And in the future, PR people are going to be talking to bloggers, podcasters, opinion formers, and all sorts of content generators in the way that perhaps they've spoken to journalists in the past. It's albeit a different arena, but the skills are very much the same. And because the web has its own rules, we have to abide by them. And those rules relate to honesty, transparency, openness, being clear about what your agenda is. And people who don't follow those rules fall foul of them. People like Microsoft, for example, felt the online wrath of bloggers when they tried to give away free laptops in the hope of securing influence. It's all about openness, and there are plenty of rules and plenty of places you can go to find out about it. The CIPR, for example, has a code of conduct that's very useful, and there are many places. Start by just doing a search. People often wonder where to start in engaging with this new digital landscape. And the best way to do it is simply to immerse yourself in it. You don't have to start by blogging. You could, for example, upload a piece of video to YouTube and simply see what happens. You could post some photographs on Flickr. There are lots and lots of things you can do, and you should be trying it out, and you should be searching for this type of content and having a go. And by immersing yourself in it, you will learn how to influence it. It's not as frightening as it seems, and you will be using the skills you've always used. So have a go. You know you want to.